question that I asked while researching was, why do people do what they do? So once you have the basic needs, what keeps people going and motivated to perform optimally? And for example, let's say when I was studying in India, the question that I like the way that I approached my education was that, okay, if I do this, then I'll get half a mark, or if I study this much and if I study this much, then I'll probably get rewarded with this and this. And that is definitely something that we carry forward when approaching certain things. Like, the only reason that I will do something is if I get A, B, and C, and otherwise I'm not motivated to do it at all, right? But Richard Ryan and Edward Dacey question uh, um, this premise, and they say that's really not the way motivation is sustained, because eventually when you get the reward, um, you may not feel that passionate about that subject. Maybe the reward, like that promotion, is the only thing that's taking you ahead. So if you but that's not like really gonna, like, the only way that you're gonna feel passionate about something or keep going sustainably is and consistently is if it comes from within, whether it's intrinsic motivation, if it's your latent, like if it's something that you're inclined towards naturally, then you'll do it either way, whether you get a reward for it or not. And that is something that we definitely want to imbibe within the fully functioning person. So what is like the self-determination that encourages people to keep going? And that is something that we're approaching. So now we've discussed, so let's do a bit of a recap, just because I feel like this video is going to be a bit long and I've probably lost a few of y'all. Maybe y'all have stuck around, so I just want to do a bit of recap. So there are three theories that we've discussed till now. One is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one is Socratic dialogue, and one is Richard Ryan and Edward Dacey's self-determination theory. And now I want to end it. So now we've answered these 9 questions. The question is now, Anusha, what's the point of the game? What is the outcome? Like we discussed before, like the 4th thing is self-actualization. So are we all then looking for happiness? Are we all looking for well-being? Are we looking for recognition? And it's different for everybody. And this takes us to the 4th theory, which is Scott Kaufman's implicit learning theory. And he also, over there, it's mentioned that maybe in our lifetime 2% of us would reach what Maslow's definition of self-actualization is, right? So maybe when we're 80 or retired, and that is when we're finally going to be happy, when we've achieved all the milestones and we've put away work-life balance. So we work, now we finally have a life, and that's when we've like actualized. But based on Kaufman's research, it says that happiness and self-actualization is not correlated to these milestones like age, ethnicity, to our salary or our grades, or even like what we have, what like our childhood. So it comes in phases. So it's not a permanent state. At some point, I will my life satisfaction, depending on the phase that I'm in right now, my life satisfaction would be higher or lower compared to another phase that I'm in. And that is determined based on our relationships that we've had, the environment, how much I'm growing, how much independence. So sometimes I may not have that much independence over my decisions, over another decision in my life. So it's very contextual, and that is definitely something that's backed up by the research of implicit learning. So it's not a destination like well-being, but it's more of a state. And it's very fluid, and it's constantly changing. So the bringing it back to fully functioning person and connecting it to the board game again, that's why we allow players to not have a linear direction of, okay, you have to first answer one, then you have to answer two, and then you have to answer three. You can go from 1 to 9 to 5. And again, when using Socratic dialogues purpose, it's not about having one destination. Okay, we've all reached 9 and now we're all happy. But it's about exploring that part of ourselves and answering, having that discussion and having those answers, and really just investigating what makes us stick and what makes us have those values is like the satisfaction of giving us like to be a fully functioning person.